I just love the games on the backs of these cereal boxes. I'm really glad I bought Apple Jacks. Oh, hi there, and welcome to the Pikes Peak Library District's Homeschool channel. My name's Gail, and I'm glad you joined me. Not for the cereal, but for the art of Cerealism. Today I want to take you through a workshop-style program where you'll discover how to make a pop art collage inspired by the clever contemporary art of Michael Albert of New York City. So with that, let's just get started. I'll introduce you to the artist and the works he creates. Michael Albert didn't grow up planning on becoming a famous artist. Oh, he liked art. He'd often doodled and even drew beautiful, detailed, colorful pictures just to relax and entertain himself as he was growing up. But his big plans were to go to college to study business and maybe someday even own a business of his own. While he was in college, he often visited art museums like the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It was there that he discovered the art styles of Picasso and Andy Warhol, and he became very interested in their styles of art. The Cubist art of Pablo Picasso gave him ideas for taking an object, deconstructing it into simple geometric shapes, and then rearranging the shapes into something different, but also the same. The pop art of Andy Warhol inspired him to turn everyday objects like soup cans and Queen Elizabeth, things that people in our culture would almost immediately recognize, and turn those into works of art. After college, while he was living in an apartment building in New York City, he began to notice that a lot of the trash that people in his building were throwing out was from consumer packaging. Boxes from things like ice cream bars, crackers, and cereal, and lots of cereal. Well, he really didn't like to see so much waste going to the landfills, and he wondered if maybe he could rescue some of those things and repurpose them for works of art. The first consumer packaging that Michael Albert picked up in his apartment building was a Frosted Flakes box. He removed the cover from the rest of the box, cut the cover up into smaller geometric shaped pieces, laid them out on a piece of cardboard, rearranging them just a bit, and then glued them down mosaic style. And with that first cereal box creation, the art of Cerealism was born. Well, 25 years after his first cereal box collage, Michael Albert is a successful businessman, and he does own his own company. But he's also a well-known artist as well as an author. In his book, An Artist America, he shares some of his projects with us that have been the most important to him, that have a lot of meaning to them. We're going to look at just a few so that we can get a little more feel for his unique style. So the first one, of course, is the Frosted Flakes picture. And that was his first one, and you can see that it is done mosaic style up close here. There are gaps between the pieces, which gives it that mosaic feel. The next one is the Cheerios Box, and these are just two of the ways he's done them over the years. This one is done boardwalk style, where the cover was cut into strips, and those strips were cut into shorter pieces and rearranged, so it's still a Cheerio box, but it's been changed up quite a bit. And the one on this side is smaller geometric pieces placed very tightly together, so they don't have so much the mosaic feel, but they certainly look like a puzzle. And then there's the box of tricks. In fact, this box of tricks is more than one box. He actually put together 3 or 4 to create a master tricks cereal box portrait. But he is pretty experienced. And the final one I'll share with you is the Captain Crunch box. This is obviously a Captain Crunch box. It's still so intact because Captain Crunch is all in one piece, except that he's been cut into a swirl, which is kind of a challenging shape, but it can be done. Well, we're going to move along right into the project itself, and I'm going to share with you some very accessible ways to make your own Cerealism collage. To begin, we need to collect a few ordinary supplies from around the house. The first one would be an empty cereal box. If you don't have one, feel free to find some other packaging around your house that's empty and available for use. Anything that's colorful and something you enjoy is going to work well. You'll also need glue. I like to use the clear Elmer's glue, but you can also use the white school glue. You can also use a glue stick, but you'll need to keep in mind that it's a little more difficult to get your pieces to stick to the surface that you're gluing to. Another thing you'll need is a pair of scissors that you can easily use when you do art or crafting, and something that will cut through thin cardboard. If you pick up a take and make at one of our libraries on Friday, October 22nd, you'll have a book jacket in the take and make. And these book jackets are some great additions to put into your project. I'll show you how as we move along. With that, I think we're ready to begin. Now that you've got your cereal box cover or your collage material ready, as well as a background or a foundation to glue your pieces to, I want to give you some tips and tricks for several ways to cut this piece in order to get the best pieces to make your collage. Pop artist Michael Albert doesn't just start cutting and gluing his collage pieces in place first thing. Instead, first he decides where he's going to include his initials, an M for Michael and an A for Albert, right within the collage. He does a great job of camouflaging these, and they can be really hard to locate. Today I want to show you a few of his signed pieces so you can see exactly what I mean, and maybe get a few ideas for your own collage. An easy way to include your initials in your project is to look for the letters on either the side panel or one of the flaps cut away in the first place from your box front. If you find the letters that are your initials, you can cut out around them, leaving a little bit of the box edge around each one, and they'll be ready to glue down in your collage when you need them. Now, if you don't find your letters, or if you decide that you don't like the style or the size of the letters, you can always flip one of these pieces over, and you can write or print your initials using either block or bubble letters on the back and cut them out. And once you do and flip them over and glue them down in your collage, they'll blend in with the box front. They're going to be very camouflaged in your collage. Now, just in case these ideas don't work for you, I do have one more resource to offer. The October Take and Make will also include a book jacket. Now, book jackets have lots of lettering, both on the front cover and the inside flaps. So you're sure to find something there that will work out for you in terms of your initials. Once you find them, cut them out with a box shape around each one, and you'll be ready to place them in your collage as your signature. Now that you're practically experts on pop artist Michael Albert and his Cerealism collages, As well as having some techniques to create your own Cerealism collages, let me take you through a project step by step. Now that you've been inspired by pop artist Michael Albert, I hope you'll spend some time enjoying the creative process of making your own Cerealism collage. Well, thanks for joining me, and have fun creating your own masterpiece.